Gaming is more than just fun. It's an economic powerhouse. In Georgia, gaming creates thousands of jobs and drives revenue through events and local businesses.
We worked with the state to pass a tax credit, number one, for esports production. We're really one of the few states in the U.S. that has that.
So I would say from a big picture perspective, our team works projects of all shapes and sizes to attract and grow industry here.
It's important to recognize that gaming is a $200 billion industry, right? So it's bigger than music and film combined.
It is a dominant entertainment form. It is $200 billion worldwide every year now.
Grow the mission of what esports is about, because it's not just about sitting in front of a game or playing a video game, but really about community.
At this particular time, they were looking to hang out with like-minded individuals, and I feel like that happens more often than I hear.
Live from Atlanta, Georgia.
How do we push the envelope of technology? How do we move forward as a city?
Finding ways to build skill sets, and from there, building your portfolio.
My name's Ben Izagare, and I'm one of the managing partners of Battle and Brew.
Battle and Brew. Let's see what you're all about.
A deep part of my personality and soul, I think around 3rd, 4th grade, my parents had this computer shop, and I think it's very similar for all my other partners, is that it's been deep in who and what we are for the longest time, and games have been an outlet for us to hang out with friends, whether it's during COVID through distance or to build better bonds with people over a shared experience. Battle and Brew Battery offers what might feel like a Taco Mac and a Topgolf mixed in between the two, where you can watch your favorite sports games but also play in a bin with your closest friends or not so close, and have a team building or fun experience together with great food and great drink. You know, there's so many other great things that come from gaming, not just a shared experience. And there's a passion for gaming. Battle and Brew has contributed to the Atlanta local economy by providing jobs for anywhere from 60 to 160 different employees over the last 8 years of being in business. And some of those have even been with us for the entirety of those 8 years. I think the other thing that we do a really good job of is hosting bespoke and eclectic and fun events that people can come hang out with us, and once they leave us, you know, maybe they'll go to another shop around the area to continue to spend dollars and contribute to the local economy. And so what we do to collaborate with Anime, AWA, Southern Fried Gaming, DreamHack, etc., is to really look at who are the key stakeholders in that organization, whether it's the team at Skillshot or whether it's the local convention runners, to foster events for them either at our locations or do in-kind partnerships with them.
So Georgia's pretty unique when it comes to esports because we're so focused on community development and also economic development and skill development. In a lot of places they have industry, but in Georgia, we're really looking to make accessible economic opportunities to everyone. As chair of the Atlanta Esports Alliance, I work as a member of the Atlanta Sports Council to position our city as the best place in North America to host esports events. The Sports Council goes after the largest traditional sports events in the US. So it's Georgia employees that make this game that's now been played by over 100 million registered players. And then when they do esports, they also do their World Championship every year, so the equivalent of their Super Bowl in Atlanta. So recently, we at Skillshot were honored to partner with the game publisher, and we brought the World Championship to the Cobb Galleria. It was an amazing event. About 2,000 people there on site, about 70,000 watching online on Twitch concurrently over 3 days, and that's a great economic impact for that region. In fact, we were fortunate that the Cobb Sports Authority basically awarded that event the sporting event of the year. There's a lot of great events that happen. I mean, the Braves play there, but it went to esports, so that was pretty cool.
It's crazy. I had to DJ something at the Barclays, and it was a gaming event, and I didn't know what it was. If they paid me, I said, all right, I'll go DJ. And the fact that it was sold out just to watch people game, I said, Jesus Christ, this is a business.
Examples like DreamHack. That was one of the first conferences that I was brought to by one of my economic development partners when I got into this industry in around 2019 to say, hey, We already have this industry, it's growing. How do we keep DreamHack coming back here, and how do we help it grow? And how do we weave it in with all of the local partners to continue to grow this industry? And so every year there's more local engagement and more local participation.
I think anytime there is an opportunity to have large events or tournaments or anything, it's definitely going to play a huge impact on your economy in the city that you're working in. One of the things when I first started this job, I did a lot of research. Every week I'm meeting with people who have business ideas and want to help drive economic impact to the city, and so I can give them insights, right? I think the city's role as well, working with you all and all the people working on esports for the city, to give insights on whether it's legislation or other things that are happening and how we can connect it and how it could be beneficial to them and help grow their business. Or maybe there was something that you thought you were going to target and work on first, but I'm like, actually, by the way, this is happening. So I know you wanted to do that later, but maybe do that first. Now my main projects, I would say, have primarily been, one, helping to really upgrade high-speed, high-tech, high-grade equipment for computer labs in the city.
Georgia Power makes sure these events have the energy they need, from massive conventions to local gatherings.
Hi, my name is Brooke Perez, and I am a regional economic developer here at Georgia Power. Every customer that we have coming into the state, of course, we want them to have safe, clean, affordable, reliable energy, but we absolutely want to meet or exceed their expectations around clean energy. And so we are regulated by the Public Service Commission. Every 3 years, we put a plan together to talk about how we're going to continue to grow, how we're going to continue to offer programs that are around energy efficiency, that are around demand side management, which really means how do individual users like me and you, but how do big users run your equipment efficiently, run it at off-peak hours, large load users be able to curtail their use during peak time, all the way to our programs we provide around your basic income qualified greening initiatives, and that extends not only to residential but all the way through any customer that comes in and has clean energy goals. We want to be a partner in achieving those.
And it has tax credit support for doing esports production, and very few states have even one of those, let alone both. So from a policy standpoint, that's great support. And then when it comes to the education system, the universities are very much leading the charge. Georgia State has been a partner of ours for multiple years, Kennesaw and Georgia Tech as well, SCAD. All of these universities are producing qualified graduates to go into the game industry.
Alongside the stigma of gaming, just identifying and articulating clear paths for uneducated audiences as it relates to career potential. Overcoming the challenges, it really, again, goes back to education, as you shared earlier, as we talked about, being able to not only to educate students, but industry leaders, professionals, parents, really multiple stakeholders of the emerging professional or emerging student's life, all had to get educated at the same time. So for us, it not only was classroom instruction, but it was a lot of boardroom instruction.
A milestone for Battle and Brew particularly is having opened this second location at the Braves Stadium, or Truist Park. They approached us, they said that they wanted local companies with strong brands. They were looking for a video game aspect that really helped them attract a segment that they had really yet to unlock in terms of the younger segmentation that our customer personas typically are within. And I think that having, even today, we were talking about this is the year anniversary of Battle and Brew at the Battery being open. I think this is probably one of the most paramount milestones for Battle and Brew. Having two locations operating at the same time, having almost 100+ people working for the brand shows the passion in the gaming community that Georgia has to offer, and that it's attracting great people to work for them to provide great customer service around great food and a great gaming experience.